You have exactly 30 minutes. I mean, just imagine getting that call in the middle of the night, a distorted voice on the other end, and just like that, your whole world is turned upside down. That one sentence is where this absolute nightmare kicks off. So today we're doing something a little different. We're not just going to retell the story of the last call. Nope, we're going to deconstruct it. We're going to get under the hood, pull it apart piece by piece, and really see what makes a thriller like this tick. Let's get into it. Okay, so first up, the 30-minute countdown. You know, every great thriller has to hook you, right? It has to grab you by the collar and just refuse to let go. And The Last Call, it does this by slapping you with a terrifyingly short deadline from the literal first minute. And check this out. This is how they do it. It's just brutally efficient. First, bam, the call, an anonymous threat. Then a physical clue shows up, this USB drive. And then you see the video. And oh my gosh, the stakes become intensely personal. It's our hero's brother. And to top it all off, that 30-minute timer starts ticking. The story doesn't ease you in. It throws you right into the deep end. It's a full-on assault on your sense of calm, designed to put us right there in the crisis with Inspector Rhea Malhotra. We feel that urgency because we have no choice. So, the clock is ticking, right? The story just kicks into absolute overdrive. What we're going to see now is how this isn't just a waiting game. It's a race, a frantic chase where every single second counts, and it's all driven by some incredible detective work under just unimaginable pressure. This is where things get really cool. This is a perfect example of show, don't tell. The author could have just said, Rhea is a great detective, but instead we get to see how her mind works. She's got these visual clues, concrete walls, a single flickering light. Then she's got the audio, muffled screams, dripping water, and those constant train horns. She's not panicking, she's processing. She's putting the puzzle together with pure, cold logic, and it makes her so much more believable as a character. It's just brilliant writing. And then, just when you think she's maybe getting a handle on this, the phone rings again. Too slow, Inspector. Ugh, it's a gut punch. It's not just a clue, it's a taunt. The killer is basically saying, hey, I see you. I'm 10 steps ahead of you, and you're failing. I mean, talk about pressure. The psychological game just went to a whole new level. All right, so this leads us to the warehouse. This is it. This is the climax, the big showdown, the place where she saves her brother, right? Well, that's what we're supposed to think. The author has led us here, step by step, but this is a classic misdirection. This is a trap. After all the dead ends and false leads, it all comes down to this one location. All the chaos, all the noise, all her hope, it just laser focuses on a single point in the darkness, Warehouse 12B. And I love this detail. She doesn't just run in. She kicks the door in, gun first. It's such a small thing, but it tells you everything. She's not just a panic sister anymore. She's an inspector, a professional. She is ready for a fight. And we, the audience, are bracing for it right alongside her. And it's empty. Just nothing. The chair is there. The light's still flickering. But he's gone. The place was real, the clue was real, but the whole point of being there, that was a lie. And this is our first big, shocking twist. And on her phone, the timer hits 1 single second. This is it. This is the peak of the tension, right? You're expecting a bomb to go off or some horrible message to play when it hits 0. But the real explosion isn't a physical one. It's the one that's about to go off inside her head. So what was this all about? It turns out the real target wasn't her brother. The whole thing, the kidnapping, the chase, it was all a performance. The warehouse wasn't a prison cell, it was a stage. And this is the moment the author pulls back the curtain and shows us the real game that's been playing out this entire time. And then this message flashes on a projector. This was never about saving him. With that one sentence, the entire story just flips on its head. Everything Rhea just did, every choice she made in the last half hour, she completely misunderstood it. She thought she was the hero trying to save someone. Turns out, she was just a pawn being tested. Look at this breakdown. It lays out the deception perfectly. Rhea's goal? Rescue her brother. But the killer's goal was totally different. Test Rhea's skills. The location wasn't a prison, it was a stage. Her brother wasn't the target, he was just a pawn. And the prize? It wasn't about saving a life. It was about proving that Rhea was a worthy opponent for whatever was coming next. The use of time in this story is just so So clever. You have that first 30-minute countdown, right? That was the killer's clock. It was totally artificial, just a prop for his little test. But then there's the second clock, the unseen one that starts ticking during her 9-minute drive home. That one is terrifyingly real. And now the stakes are so much higher.
So now we get to the final reveal, what the author calls the Phantom's Game. This is where the story completely transforms. It started as what we thought was a kidnapping, but it's about to become a deeply personal vendetta.
So Rhea races home, and her brother is there. He's alive. You feel this moment of relief, right? But then she sees it, slashed across her own wall in red paint. Round 2 starts tonight. Chilling. This wasn't the end of the story. It wasn't even the main event. This was just the warm-up act.
And this is the final piece of the puzzle, the thing that makes it all click into place, with this horrible dread. Next to the message is his signature crescent symbol. The person behind all of this is the Crescent Phantom, a serial killer Rhea was sure she'd killed 2 years ago. This isn't some new threat. It's a ghost who has come back from the dead specifically to play a game with her.
And that's where the story leaves us, with this terrifying question. What happens when the game is designed by someone who already knows your every move? Round 1 was a test, but now the roles have completely reversed. Rhea isn't the hunter anymore. She's the hunted. And her opponent is someone who knows exactly how she thinks and who seems to have all the time in the world.